What is up, YouTube? I am Josh and I have another pickup video for you guys. So this video actually spans from before the Waterloo video game swap even and continues right up until yesterday. So I picked up a lot of stuff. I did some thrifting, I did some garage sailing, I did some Kijiji deals. It's a little bit of everything. So I hope you guys like long videos because this one's going to be a doozy. Alright, so let's get the big stuff out of the way. I obviously picked up Super Mario Maker, otherwise known as Mario Paint 2. This game's pretty good. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I can definitely see why some people don't like it as much, but personally myself, I've been having fun with it. We've been doing some live streams of this game on YouTube, so that's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of codes from the community and people who come in chat and give us levels to play. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I can still see why people don't like it though, so either way, it is fun for me though. The next one I picked up, I'm actually working my way through the Vita version of this, and it's Tearaway Unfolded. This game looks awesome. I can't wait to actually get into the PS4 version of it. I've heard that the Vita one is actually better than this one, but still, it looks really cool. They've added some features that are, specifically derived from the PS4. And developed for it as well. So I think there's a section where you're like actually controlling the character through the PS4 controller itself, which is a pretty cool idea. So I can't wait to give this a shot once I'm done the Vita version. Went thrifting several times and several times came up with nothing, but one time I did go out and I did find an extra set of Nintendo N64 cables. These are always good to get. I think this was $2.99 or something like that. It's always good to have spares because if you find a console or whatever, the cords are almost the hardest part to find, so this is awesome. Over my time thrifting, I do stop into some game stores sometimes or pawn shops, and I just happened into a microplay, and they had a basically buy two get one free sale, so I figured I'd browse around and see what I could find. What I found I think was pretty worth it. I came away, I think I paid a total of $23 for all these games, so I think that's a steal. The first one I picked up was Sin and Punishment Star Successor on the Wii. This is actually a double. I just picked it up because I know some people can't find it, so it's up for a trade. The next one I found, this one actually is hard to find as well, and it's also a double. It's Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Pretty awesome game. You should definitely check out some reviews for it, see if it's kind of the art style or the gameplay style that you're interested in. But I enjoyed it. I did just pick this up on the PSP, which is where I think I would prefer to play it. But yeah, this one's still pretty cool. It also comes in this weird red case. I don't know if that's factory or not, but it does look cool though. I do like it. And the last game I picked up from that store was La Pucelle Tactics, I think it's called. This is actually, I think it's part of the Disguise series. I think they only wanted like 10 bucks for this, so I couldn't pass it up. It's pretty awesome. Again, this isn't something I'm really interested in, so I've had it up for sale at the Waterloo video game swap and no one picked it up. But yeah, whatever. I'll either keep it or trade it off at some point. Thrifting later on, I also found a complete sealed copy of NHL Slapshot on the Wii. This was $2 at Goodwill, and so it holds some value still, so definitely just pick that up to resell on eBay or locally if I can find someone. I also did find the stick accessory for this as well at a Value Village a couple days later. I think it was like $3 for that, so I mean $5 for total. It's a pretty good deal, so that's cool to find as well. And then I also went to Retro Replay in Cambridge. Haven't really been there before, just thought I'd swing by the area. It was my day off, so wanted to go for a bike ride, so headed out that way, stopped in. They've got some really good prices in there, so if you're definitely in the KW area, and you want a retro game shop that has reasonable prices, definitely go check out Retro Replay. I think CJR recommends them all the time as well, so definitely a thumbs up from me. And I found this game, and I know for sure it's not a good game. I've seen some reviews and some gameplay. It doesn't look that great, but I am really nostalgic for the TV show this is from, and it's Biker Mice from Mars on the PS2. It's basically like a driving game for the most part, and then some 3D brawler aspects to it. Paid 13 bucks for it. I'm happy with that. I was just really happy to I didn't even know this game existed, but as soon as I saw it, I was just like, I have to have this. So pretty excited to add that to my collection. These next two games were pretty interesting. They were actually out on the floor of Value Village, and then they disappeared. They wanted like 15 bucks a piece for these. I just kind of shook my head and laughed and walked away, and then I came back the next day and they were gone. So I was like, oh, some poor soul just put out 30 bucks to buy these stupid games. But then I think maybe about a week later, I went back and they were back out on the shelf, and they had dropped their prices to $2.99. So for $2.99, I couldn't leave those behind, so I just picked them up. The cases will need some repair. They're PS1 long box games. The first one is Assault Rigs, which is pretty sweet. It is complete with the manual, which is nice to have. It doesn't have the foam piece, but that's okay. But you can see the top needs some glue. And the second one I picked up was Warhawk. This is kind of like a 3D space shooter. Not 3D, kind of like a, I want to say like on rails maybe? Something like that, something like Panzer Dragoonish. But yeah, it does look pretty sweet. This again was $3 and it is complete with a manual. But again, no foam in that. But either way, I'm really happy to pick these up for as cheap as I did. And but of course you can see the cardboard needs to be glued down, so I'll definitely get around to that at some point. So I actually did some garage sailing. I decided to get my butt out of bed and go and give CJR a run for his money. I think I did pretty well considering I saw what he picked up. I almost want to say I did better than he did for the week that we both went out. I hit a garage sale that's about just down the street from my house, actually maybe about a 2-minute drive. And CJR lives about maybe like 5 to 10 minutes away from me, not even that. So it's kind of right in between both of us. So I went right out as they were setting up. I took my wife with me, and they had some games. As soon as I saw them, I was like, awesome, I can't wait to go and see what they have. The first thing I picked up wasn't actually a video game. It's a DVD for a Jim Henson movie called The Dark Crystal. This movie scared the living crap out of me when I was a kid. I had nightmares for weeks, and I haven't seen it since, so I'm really looking forward to going back and actually checking it out and watching it again as an adult and hopefully appreciating it a lot more, and hopefully it won't give me nightmares this time. But they did have some actual games. The first one they have that I picked up was PS1 Spyro the Dragon Greatest Hits. This is awesome. I actually don't have this in my collection, so really happy to pick that up. They only wanted 50 cents for it, so I couldn't pass that up. They had a bunch of other games, but I kind of cherry-picked the ones that I wanted. They wanted $4 a game, which is a bit steep, but whatever, it is what it is. The first one I picked up was, or the next one I picked up was Quantum Redshift. This is actually a pretty sweet, like, space racer, kind of F-Zero-ish, Wipeout maybe, that kind of style of gameplay. It's pretty fun. I don't know if I'm going to keep it though. It just looked awesome. I basically picked this up, but then the next game that I found interested me more than this one, so I'm unsure about this one. And the next game I picked up was Fatal Inertia. I heard about this game through Crack Lotus. He said he couldn't find a copy of it anywhere. I happened upon one at some point. Ever since then, it's kind of sparked my interest. I kept my eye open at GameStops and EB Games and haven't seen it. But randomly, this garage sale had this game for $4, so I'm really happy to pick that up. And it's very like zero gravity, F-Zero, racer, super fast type thing, so it looks really intense. But the crown jewel of that sale was Panzer Dragoon Orta for $4. I couldn't leave it sitting there. The fun part about it was I watched CJR's video about his pickups, and he actually picked up a lot of the games from that sale that I left behind, so just think, this could have been in CJR's hands. I went to a couple other garage sales, didn't find a whole lot. I did stumble upon one though that had a stack of games. A lot of them were still sealed. Unfortunately, some douchebaggery happened. Some reseller got there before I did, and spouted some line about, oh, I'm collecting games for my son, it's kind of his hobby, I know nothing about games. But I knew that was a lie because he basically cherry-picked all the good ones out, so yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. He also, as soon as he saw the games and he saw that I was kind of interested in them, there was stacks of games, like maybe 4 stacks of games. He kind of took them all and just kind of hovered them under himself so that I couldn't get to them, which I thought was pretty kind of a dick move on his part. I mean, share the love. It's not like I'm gonna go buy all the games. I guess he doesn't know that, but still, share around a little bit. What goes around comes around. But I kind of went around the other table and I kind of snuck a stack out from under him because I just want to look. Like, I don't want everything, I just want some. So the games I walked away with were Medieval Moves Deadman's Quest on the PS3. I just picked up a move system, so I want to check out a couple of move games. I don't really know anything about this game, but it was only $2, so I picked it up. Next one I picked up was Red Faction Gorilla, also from that sale. $2 for that. The cover looks a little bit like Water Damage, the artwork, but everything else inside is completely fine and dry, so really happy to pick that up. Haven't really gotten into the Red Faction series. I remember when this game came out, it did look really interesting, so maybe at some point when I'm bored I'll get around to playing it, but either way, really happy to pick it up for $2. And the score from that sale was a sealed God of War 3 on the PS3. This probably doesn't have any value since the new one came out. And God of War 3 is also on, I think, God of War Saga collection. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to pick up. I already have this game, so this is obviously going to go to the GTA Collectibles video game show that I'm going to in October. So that's a good time for me to plug the GTA Collectibles Expo coming up on October 18th. I'm not exactly sure of the location yet, but I will post it on Twitter and on Facebook and around the interwebs at some point, so you can find it, and I'll probably put it down in the link in the description below, so you can definitely go check that out as well. But yeah, I'm going with Canadian Retro again and Bowser's Fart Sack. I'm going to go as a vendor and try to sell off some of the stuff I didn't sell at the Waterloo Video Game Swap. So if you're in the Toronto area, definitely come by and have a stop by. It's going to be, I think, downtown Toronto somewhere. So really easy to get through by transit if you don't have a car. But yeah, come by, say hi, and it just helps support local shows like that. I think they're really awesome. So yeah. Later on from that garage sale day, I hooked up with a guy from Kijiji and I picked this game up with him, and I've been looking for this game for a while because I played through the first one and really liked it, and I really want the second one, but the second one goes for like $30-40 and I can never find it for a good deal. This guy only wanted $20 for it, and it's brand new sealed, and it's Super Mario Galaxy 2. So this is my dilemma. I don't know if I should open this and play it because, there's plenty of open copies out there, but there might be only a few sealed ones. So I'm tempted to just sell this one off and then buy an open one. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you would do. I did some more thrifting and actually hit some pretty good stuff, I would say. The first thing I picked up was 2K Sports NHL 2K9. I just picked them up because for some reason hockey games on the Wii still have a bit of value. So yeah, I just picked it up to resell. I recouped some costs, you know how it works. The other couple of games I picked up were, this is again just to resell. It's Picross 3D for the DS. It's completely sealed as well, but for $2 I'm not going to let it sit there. I also picked up Project Gotham Racing. I've only played PGR 4 with Ben a couple years ago, so I haven't played the first one, so it'll be interesting to go back and see where racing games kind of started on the Xbox and how they've progressed to they are now. So, but yeah, that'll be fun to check out. But the gem from that day was this game. It's Project Eden on the PS2. I know nothing about this game, but it looks intense from the cover. I know you shouldn't judge a game based on the cover, but I mean, that's what we did back in the day, so I still get excited when I look at back of a game and it looks so exciting. So yeah, I just picked it up. It was only $2, so can't really go wrong. But yeah, I know nothing about this game, so if you have any knowledge of it, let me know down in the comments. And I also picked up this game for the Xbox 360. It's one I've been looking for, not for a very long time because it hasn't been out for very long, but it's actually not as easy to find as I thought it was. I was actually in a Walmart and they had a new shipment of them in. It's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the 360. It's kind of like the remastered version of it. So it's only $20, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw down on it. And I want the Xbox versions anyway, so I'm probably just going to get rid of my PS2 copies of 3 and Vice City and San Andreas. If I remember going to play them, I'm going to play them on the Xbox, which I have 3 and Vice City already, so if I'm going to play San Andreas, I'll just play it on the 360 now. So yeah. Also, my PS2 version of San Andreas is the adults only rating it got for the hot copy mod. They actually had to pull it off the shelf and put a new sticker on it. It's kind of cool. But yeah, interesting. I also picked up some amiibos. No one cares about amiibos. The Retro 3-pack, which is pretty cool. I hate buying 3-packs. They're so freaking expensive. Anyways, Rob, Mr. Game & Watch, and Duck Hunt, they're all pretty sweet. I do like them. There's actually like different stands like in the bottom for Mr. Game & Watch, so you can have them have a bunch of different like poses or whatever you want. But yeah, pretty cool. I am going to be doing a video on amiibos at some point. My last one seemed to get, you know, pretty favorable reviews of burning packaging, so it's just going to be more of that, but it should be interesting and fun to do, so keep your watch out for that. I also did a trade recently on Kijiji. In the past couple of months, holy crap, I've just been reminded about how much I hate dealing with people on Kijiji. I'll post something up for 40 bucks, which I think is completely reasonable, and it's the cheapest one in the area listed on that area. Basically, I had a PSP, like 1001, cables, games, batteries, case, like a decent system, like a 4 GB memory card. It was like everything, and I was just like 40 bucks for everything. I think that was pretty reasonable. And then I'd get emails be like, oh, I'll give you 10 bucks, I'll give you 20 bucks for it. Can you deliver to like an hour away? I'm just like, what the hell, people? I'm not like trying to just give this thing away. I made it reasonable so people would want to come and buy it. And instead I get a bunch of like jackoffs who just trying to like take me for a ride. Anyways, I just got really, really frustrated. And then I had one guy email me, I don't know, Friday I think it was, and he's just like, is it still available? And I said yes, and he said, I don't like to do this, but are you interested in trades? And I said, well, it depends what you have. So he's just like, I have an N64 game, a DS game, and a 3DS game. I was like, all right, I'm interested, but what are the games actually? So he's just like, I have Pokemon, and Banjo-Kazooie, and Zelda Ocarina of Time for 3DS. I was like, all right, fine, like I will do that trade. So the first one is, again, Pokemon Black 2. No case and manual on that one, but no big deal. Don't collect or play Pokemon, so that's going up for sale. One of my favorite N64 games, Banjo-Kazooie, again, another double for me. That's going up for sale. And then Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3DS. Also another double, so it's going up for sale. But whatever, games are more interesting to me than having a PSP sitting around. These are a bit more valuable, I think, and more sought after. He asked me to deliver, which I wasn't too happy about, but he said, if you deliver, I'll throw in another N64 game for you. So I was like, alright, fine. It was about like maybe a 20-minute drive, so not too bad, I guess. And the other game he threw in was Dark Rift on the N64. It's just a like 3D fighter, like one-on-one type thing, fighting game. I know nothing about it. Apparently the art style is really good, the art direction. It runs at like 60 frames per second on the N64, which is pretty awesome. But apparently the combat mechanics aren't that great, so I don't know, we'll see. This is the only one that's actually going into my collection because I am collecting for N64. The other ones I'm going up for sale and trade and stuff, so yeah. So that's going to do it for this video. If you stuck around and watched the whole thing, I definitely appreciate you doing that. Be sure to give me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of anything in particular, channel, the videos, the pickups, anything like that. I am streaming on YouTube, generally on Wednesday nights around 8 p.m. Eastern, so if you're interested, come by and say hi and check out what we're playing and hang out with us. That'd be awesome. I'm also on Twitter now, which is a big deal. I've never had Twitter before until just, I guess, for this new channel, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. I post a lot about games and a lot about Blue Jays, so yeah, Blue Jays are kicking ass this year and taking names, so I've been really riding the hype train on that. So I will leave a link down in the description for my Twitter, so definitely check it out if you want, and if you have Twitter, I appreciate a follow, and I'll probably even follow you back. That's the way Twitter goes, right? So yeah, thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one.